Alright, I'm gonna have to save that joke.
With the start of this year's Kyoto Summit just 3 hours away, the delegates from the participating countries are beginning to arrive at the conference center.
Thank you, Mr. Recap.
Yes. Well, not really a recap.
A major poll of domestic and international opinion, carried out just last week, shows that the vast majority of respondents favor a complete quarantine of Neo Kobe as a means to combat the risk of the Snatcher menace.
Can't trust polls this early on.
Now that the Chief's death has been confirmed, it won't be long before they strip us of our junker authorization.
They will be deciding how to handle Neo Kobe at the summit in just 3 hours.
There are rumors that they're going to use nukes on the city to make sure the Snatchers are wiped out.
That's ridiculous.
Wait a minute,
Come
wait a
on,
minute.
this
That's
is the
not a
21st century.
That may not be as improbable as
What a
it seems.
quarantine.
The world's leaders are extremely concerned about the Snatcher problem.
It's about as good in
The
quarantine
Chief was
was
going
on
to calm this
Raccoon
hysteria
City.
in his speech at the summit, but that'll never happen
Yeah.
now.
3 months ago, government pressure on junker operations increased dramatically. Gillian's transfer here was really our last chance.
Our own chief was snatched. It's not too surprising they don't want to trust us anymore.
I've heard that the Army and FBI are going to take over operations now.
That's correct. That
Why is
too
the
will be
FBI
officially
taking over in
decided
Japan?
3 hours' time.
I don't know.
3 hours, eh? Is there any way we can find their hideout in that time?
If we don't, we and everybody else in this city are finished.
As far as they're concerned, we're just like a cancerous tumor that has to be cut out.
We have to hit the Snatchers' headquarters before then.
Gillian, can you do it?
If we only knew where it was, I should be able to manage something.
Hitting their outposts like Queen's Hospital won't do any good. We have to find their main nerve center.
What about the memory of that snatcher who was impersonating the chief?
Just like the others, it was completely blanked. It's a form of self-destruct mechanism that they use.
Wait a minute. Mental. What about tracing that video phone call from Jamie?
It was no good. The call didn't last long enough. Still, it definitely did come from within the city.
Damn. Where are they hiding?
Gillian, can't
The
you
calls
remember
are coming
anything
from
at all?
within the city.
Didn't Jamie say something that implied you were somehow connected to the Snatchers?
Nothing. I can't remember a damn thing. Metal, I want you to tell me everything you know about me. Why was I sent to Junker headquarters? Where did I come from?
Where did you go?
Gillian,
Metal, the chief's
Where did you
dead.
come from,
Tell
Cotton
me
Eye Joe?
everything you
Thank
know
you.
about me.
well, you see...
Metal!
Uh-oh.
All right. With the chief gone, you are the highest-ranking officer here.
You knew all along.
Hooray.
Of course.
Where were we rescued from?
Uh-oh.
3 years
Exposition.
ago, you and Jamie were taken into protective custody in the Siberian Neutral Zone by the 17th Siberian Investigative Force. More precisely, you were discovered in cryogenic sleep pods in an underground bunker near Moscow.
That's
Cryogenic
weird.
sleep pods. You mean they were frozen?
This is a photograph of the bunker. There is no record of when you were placed there. In addition, the third pod was empty at the time you were discovered.
There were 3 pods?
You were revived and taken into custody by the army. Apparently, as a result of the extended sleep, both of you suffered from complete amnesia. However, another theory suggests your memories may have been intentionally erased. This is the only piece of evidence found at the site.
Well, gee,
That's
that doesn't
Harry's
look
picture
familiar.
from when he was a kid.
That's correct. Harry is Gillian and Jamie's son. It's been confirmed by DNA tests.
What?
Harry was my son?
Using the information gained from the photo, it was established that you are Gillian Seed and your wife, Jamie Lorraine. Both of you are American citizens, born in the late 1960s.
The 1960s?
In addition,
Yeah,
both of you
that's a
vanished
little
without
weird.
a trace in
Little bit.
1989. There is no other information available about you after that.
1989?
Yes, you come from a world that's been gone for 50 years.
Gasp.
But what does that have to do with the Snatchers?
When the 17th
Everything.
Special Investigative Force
Oh.
was bringing the two of you out, There was an accident. Though the two of you were all right, most of the 17th was killed. One of them was a snatcher. Of course, before their departure, they all underwent thorough examinations. So, if one of them was snatched...
It had to be somewhere in Siberia, right?
That's correct. And in order to attempt to determine the origin of the Snatcher, as well as your true identities, you were assigned to Junker headquarters. The hope was that exposure to the Snatchers would help you regain your memories.
Moscow? 50 years ago?
Almost everyone who was in Moscow at the time was killed in the catastrophe.
So Gillian and Jamie are the only living witnesses?
Harry.
Yeah, this is a lot of exposition very quickly.
Yep.
Did he know?
Really, they're just kind of
It was
cramming this all in there.
classified information. He was
Yep.
never told.
I was never able to do anything for him.
Wait a minute, Gillian. Didn't Jamie say something about taking a boy hostage?
That's right. They must know about Harry and are using him to threaten her.
We have to find their headquarters quickly.
We've only got 3 hours.
Wait.
Gillian, let's think this all through again.
No.
We may get some kind of a hint out of it.
You're right. There may be some clue in the way they're operating.
All right. Let's go over what we know about them.
Alright, well, welcome back to Snatcher. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. If
A
you
lot
didn't
of stuff going on. Jeez. Are you messing around?
know. Not today. That's because it's time to end this.
Time to end this once and for all until maybe we track down the SD version of Snatcher. Because that sounds entertaining.
Ugh. But what were they talking about taking a boy? Harry's dead. He's kind
Well,
of
I think
dead.
I don't think that she realizes that they're from the 60s, possibly.
But she said she remembers everything.
Right, but that she doesn't know what year it is. You know, I'm reaching here.
Clearly, I think we both are at this point.
Yeah, I'm a little confused, but hey, I know the answer to this one though.
Yeah, I know.
Shoot him right in the dome.
Not
In the
not
face.
quite that. It's more of what we're talking
Oh.
about here.
UV rays.
Yes. This is the
Yeah, I
recap.
thought
Have you
shooting them
been
in the
paying
face
attention?
was their weakness.
Yeah, this is the part of the game where they ask, have you been paying attention? He looks very displeased about that bottle of sunscreen. Sunscreen!
Well, yeah, he knows it means snatchers. That's his snatcher finding face. See, that's his snatcher thinking face.
Alright, well, they were using that. Well, it's not really an underpass, but it's the closest thing to it. That tunnel that we ended up in forever. Yeah, we don't have time to go traipsing about.
But I want to go find that bathtub again.
Sneezing, very obviously.
The sneezing. Snow 9! I think the answer to all of these is cold. What's their weakness? Cold. Why are you sneezing? It's
Cold.
It's cold. The opposite of hot. Crap. Ew. How?
I don't know, nor do I want to know.
Walking around farting out Snow 9. The cows with methane. Or most mammals with methane, but cows especially.
Yeah. Yes, they all had to deal with the Soviet Union. Yeah. We got it.
They're all a bunch of commie dorks.
Yes. Because we all love Russia.
Maybe because they're Lenin fans?
Maybe.
Now
I
wait a minute,
think
we've
it's
got
in-
the
I think it's
evidence.
Tokyo.
We've got the location. Do we have the warrant?
Will our gun do? Is that a warrant enough?
Actually, I guess we're the senior junker on staff, so that counts as a warrant. We're the warrant issuer.
Except we're not tracking down Carmen Sandiego. This is a
Oh,
little bit more menacing than that.
Carmen Snatcher Diego.
Terrible.
Carmen Snatcher Diego.
Just stop. Just no. Just enough. Ugh. Carmen Sandiego
I
is
just
nothing.
like that I've affected you as such with my terrible humor.
Yes. Carmen Sandiego is nothing without Rockapella anyway, so let's just drop that now.
Fair enough.
In other words, this homing instinct thing of theirs has led them to set up their headquarters in some place that reminds them of home, or their creator.
What part of this city is like Moscow?
Orthodox Russian
Moscow's
churches.
really cold, right? They get a lot of snow,
Wait a
don't
minute,
they?
wait a minute.
Snow?
I thought they were just gonna go to
No
Moscow.
snow has been recorded in Neo-Kobe
No.
in several years.
Well, then that's not it.
Wait, what about that pollen? That crystal bioengineered stuff, Snow 9.
Now that you mention it, wasn't it snowing on Jamie's video phone call?
That's right.
Maybe
Their
it was
hideout
Snow
has to be
9ing.
somewhere close to the Ina River.
It sounds
The Ina River
wrong
flows
somehow.
for miles around
Yes.
here, Gillian. We could never search it all in time.
Gillian, let's look at a map of the areas investigated so far. This is an enlarged view of the southwest portion of the city
It's not
around
very
the
enlarged.
Ina River. This blue area is that in which
You should
Snow
see it.
9 is
You
present.
should see it at scale.
Now I'll superimpose a chart of the abandoned tube liner tunnels. From this we can establish
That's
those
helpful.
areas with
Nice
Snow
chart.
9, which are accessible by subway tunnel.
Damn. Nice try,
The
but it's
chart,
still
you mean
too
some
large.
pink lines.
We could never
Jeez.
cover it in 3 hours.
Don't give up so fast, Gillian. What about that image of home thing we were talking about? Maybe there's some kind of geographic similarity. Maybe the same view can be seen or something.
I'll display a map of Moscow alongside.
Moscow.
No.
What's this?
Look, the rivers are exactly the same shape.
This is the Moscow River over here.
It looks like we're on the right track, Metal. Show us the location that
This
Jamie
is
and I were picked up from.
extremely silly.
All right, right here.
It is.
Metal, before the catastrophe, what was at this location?
The headquarters for the entire Soviet Union, the Kremlin.
The Kremlin? That Snatcher said something about taking Jamie to their Kremlin.
Metal, what spot in Neo-Kobe would match up with the location of Moscow's Kremlin?
It's outer heaven.
Calculating.
That would be too convenient, but no.
This is the
Ah,
spot. It's presently
outer
occupied
heaven.
by an old
Metal
church.
Gear.
It's rather large, but reports indicate it's been abandoned for nearly 20 years.
And it's right
Ooh.
in the middle of the Snow 9
Yep.
and subway area.
Old Russian Orthodox
That's it.
Church.
That's their headquarters. Their new Kremlin.
Gillian, let's go!
Let's
Wait,
go right
Gillian.
now. I'm so excited.
I
Don't
want to go
forget
with
your
you.
code.
Sorry, Mika.
Hey, I'm a junker too, you know.
I know, and you're a great one at that.
So take me with you then.
You head to the summit to warn the delegates. They haven't given up, you know.
The
Delegates.
summit's in Kyoto.
Forget the delegates.
I'm not going to be the only
It's not
one
even
to
committed
run.
yet.
You've
Jerks.
got to convince them not to use nukes on Neo-Kobe.
We found their hideout. There's no need now to sink the whole island.
Yes, but...
It's a tough job. Can you do it?
Okay, Gillian. I'll do
Go
what I
and get
can.
away from all the danger
Thanks.
and go talk to some
Thank you,
bureaucrats. That's a
Don't say
dangerous
it,
task.
okay?
Hey,
Let's go, Gillian.
bureaucracy is crazy in the future. It's
Gillian,
future
Yes?
bureaucracy we're
Um,
talking about. Futurocracy.
What's wrong?
how about dinner sometime?
Dinner?
Yeah, you know, dinner.
Mika.
Not
Hmm.
interested.
Perhaps if
thought
I
it'd be
don't die,
nice,
I
you
will
know,
hit you
kick
up.
back, relax. It's Christmas after all.
Hey, I didn't say
Christmas,
I wasn't interested.
I'll be back by then.
Gillian, we have to hurry.
That's a promise, right? I heard you.
Yeah. Okay. but I gotta go to church first.
I'll see you soon.
Okay,
Where's
Mel,
everyone
let's
going?
go.
Bingo?
Okay, Leon.
You mispronounced that.
Leon.
No. Leon!
No. Shut up, Ashley. This is the last turbo cycle. Let's not screw it up.
The last turbo cycle? Is
Yes.
that like the last of the Mohicans or the last samurai?
No, more like the last.
More like the
Starfighter.
last sandwich. The last
the last-
sandwich starring Tom Cruise.
Nope. So can we be sure about that? Well, let's. I'm dicking around enough. Let's go.
Now boarding. Oh, we couldn't smell it.
Yeah, so do you have to ask? I want to leave.
You know what?
Thank you
Forget
for
it.
the map data on the Kremlin's locations. Lift off.
I'm gonna go make my own Kremlin. Blackjack and hookers.
Alright.
Flight configuration. Now gaining altitude.
Now
Jamie,
gain some
please be
attitude.
Gillian, please keep in mind that we're working with a strict time limit.
That looks very
50-year
uncomfortable.
debt in 3 hours.
Very strict time limit. Also-
Snow!
Try not to get killed.
Snow 9, to be specific. We've entered the Snow 9 region. Please put on your breathing filter. Direct inhalation is dangerous.
All right.
Radio transmissions will also be impossible from this point on. Understood?
Yeah. That means I don't
That
have to
sounds
deal with
reasonable.
your ass.
Now descending. Conversion to hover configuration complete. Gillian, we've arrived.
Let's go back home.
Okay. Let's go back to the apartment.
Sure. Let's go
See
to
if
sleep.
anybody's hanging out in our shower again.
Forget about all of what's going on. That looks pretty Russian to me.
Yeah, I would say so.
I wouldn't go that far. Yeah, man, those trees, forget that.
Trees!
No, I don't want to go there. There are trees there.
Scary trees.
Yeah, we get it. It's Snow 9.
It's no problem.
Nerd. Terrible.
Basically. That's how I roll.
All right, now
Terribly.
opening the door.
What's wrong? Won't open?
I've scanned it, and it's not locked. It is probably rusted into place.
Not surprising.
Blow it
After
off the
all, our
hinges.
friends always go in and out through the basement.
Let's push it together.
All right.
Aw.
1, 2,
It's adorable.
3.
No, it's just a door.
Ha.
Got it?
See? I told you terrible is how I roll.
Ugh. Well. What?
No, that looks more like Alucard from Symphony of the Night.
No, it's not. Just stop.
Was he our kid? Was he his kid too? What the hell? Alright, who around here is not my child?
I would
Snatchers? No? Crap.
Laudnar. No, seriously? Seriously?
What?
No, think Alucard for a second and look at the name again. Yeah. Yeah. What is it with Konami and just doing things backwards?
Joke about Konami's recent performance as a business.
Careful, they might sue.
Oh, God. I hope not.
We're waiting for the latest Snatcher pachinko machine to come out.
The fourth one this year.
Oh, boy. Alright, well, let's keep going.
Yeah, there ain't nothing here but this painting.
Yeah. Painting some random guy.
Some mod ram guy. Oh crap!
Snatchers!
It's a bingo hall! Full of snatchers!
It's the worst game at bingo ever if there's an A1.
Yeah, it's Bango. The cheap knockoff.
Oh, let's look at those containers, I guess. The gender units.
Which gender unit?
Hooray, everything is related.
Yeah! As it should be.
Gasp.
Oh craps. But what are snatchers? We just don't know. Ding.
Let's keep going. Man, this music is not pleasant.
I don't think it's actually music. I think it's an air conditioning unit shutting down repeatedly.
It sounds like that. Well, hello.
Ah! Yes, it's very cultured in here.
And look at the snatch process.
This is where they fuse the artificial skin onto the Snatcher's endostructure. First, they adjust the size of the still skinless Snatcher to the size of the individual who is to be snatched. The Snatcher's overall shape and size can be adjusted by expansion or contraction of sizing rods. Their sex is controlled
That's a
by
little
gender
odd.
units, which are installed at this point. Then, the face is modified to match the intended victim by adjusting the size of the upper and lower jaw, cheekbones, temporal bones, and tooth alignment.
Just like Gibson said, that means there are limits to the size of the people that they can snatch.
That's right.
So no
The
Americans.
limits of the mechanism mean that they can't snatch people who are very tall or heavy. And this is where the artificial muscles attach.
Is it organic?
No, it appears to be coated with a type of plastic gel capable of mechanical response. Like human muscles, it creates mechanical energy through chemical reactions. And this is where the artificial skin is attached. In order to prevent the synthetic cells, developed using biotechnological protein design techniques, from rejecting the inorganic material below, they attach it gradually over a number of days.
And this
Jeez,
is
are
the
you
stuff
describing
that
it or are you
gets
trying to
kids
sell it to
stay in
me?
the sun too long.
Finally, they attach body and scalp hair. The process involves transplant of synthetic hair follicles as well, so the hair will grow back if it's lost.
What about scars or birthmarks?
It would appear that they make those adjustments at this point in the process, as they would for wrinkles to simulate age.
Sounds like a sales pitch.
Mm-hmm. Hang on, reverse aging? I'll take 12.
Should I blow it all up then?
That sounds reasonable to me.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Oh, how convenient. It's neatly processed. Look at the door.
So this is where the whole thing begins. The endostructures arrive here
Oh,
from the
boy.
Kremlin.
We just
Then they
established
convert
this.
them into copies of their victims, and finally, they head out
Yeah, but
into
it's
the
time to
city into the old
re-establish it.
subway system.
With artificial skin maintenance being handled at Queen's Hospital.
But who's behind all this?
Gillian, look at this. There are some finished snatchers over here.
Get
finished.
a load of this.
Did I
The
shoot him?
U.S. President, the Prime Ministers of Japan, and the U.K.
Oh,
boy.
dear.
Gillian, you're in here too.
Figures. They were looking to snatch every VIP at the summit.
And the last junker, you. It definitely looks like they plan on moving out beyond Neo-Kobe.
If they were to snatch every major world leader, they'd
I mean,
practically
good.
be able to control the planet. Still, that's odd. With their fluid skin, pulling something off like that would really be difficult.
Chin said they had found the key to developing a perfect artificial skin. Maybe they've already produced it.
No idea.
Uh-oh.
But the number of snatchers here makes it clear that they're up to something new.
Gillian,
Yep.
this is definitely their nest. We should destroy everything.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
I
should.
Not yet.
figured that it
Not
was
until
their
we
nest.
found Jamie.
Based on how many of them
How
are
much time
here
do we have
in
left?
eggs.
The summit should have begun by now. We don't have much time. And once our legal privileges are suspended, I won't be able to help. In fact, I'll be forced to restrain you.
I know. If the military wants
just
to
blow
avoid
you up.
nukes and goes for a surgical strike
Yeah,
on
that
this
sounds reasonable.
facility, what would
Waiting
they
to do
likely
that this whole
use?
friggin' game.
Probably a phased particle beam from one of the attack satellites.
Claptrap would be
Phased
more helpful
particle
than you,
beam,
you
huh?
little turd.
That'll wipe this complex right off the map.
That's the point.
Everything, including the soil, will simply evaporate. The attack will leave just a large crater.
Metal, can you convince them to give me another hour? Even 30 minutes will help.
Understood. I'll try my best.
And I'll try to find and rescue Jamie in that time.
I can't transmit here due to interference from the Snow 9. I'll have to leave the area and then send the message.
All right, do it, Metal.
Gillian, don't forget. 30 minutes. You must get out before then.
I understand.
Okay.
Gillian, I'm sorry I couldn't help you better.
Don't worry about it. I'll
Yeah,
be
you
able
were
to move
useless.
faster by myself anyway. 30 minutes should be plenty. Go, Metal.
Yes, sir. Don't forget. 30 minutes.
Yeah, we got it. 30 minutes.
Woohoo!
Yeah, did we mention 30 minutes?
Wasn't it 3 hours earlier?
30 minutes?
Apparently it took us 2.5
This
hours.
30
is
minutes!
tight. That room's the only place left to check. Let's take a look.
Man, it's so much like your friggin' Pokemon. Go, 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
I choose you!
30 minutes. Blah. The hell are those?
I don't know, but I'm just...
Sort of bejeweled grasshoppers. They got a lot of them.
Yes, they do. Glad I don't have ammo restrictions.
Grasshopper robots on their ways. Boom, boom, boom. Good thing you don't have to reload.
Yes.
This generally would be considered a fairly effective security system, though, I'd say.
Yes.
Whew. I wasn't ready for
Oh
that.
crap, that took 30 minutes!
All right, let's open the next door.
And more shooting.
Yeah, but this kind of time you gotta aim for the face.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't look like there's anything here. Whoa!
Wow. They drop a lot easier than the last ones. I guess it's because they just woke up. Wow, this is a little ridiculous. Oh, he zapped you.
I know. I thought he was going high, but he didn't.
Jeez, these guys are tough. Of course, I didn't exactly expect them to welcome me with open arms. Okay, let's try this next door.
Oh boy. Yeah, that doesn't look like something trying to kill us.
Yeah, that's not a snatcher.
Jamie, are you all right?
Gillian, you came for me.
Are you hurt?
No, they won't lay a finger on me. Not until the new artificial skin is completed anyway.
Artificial skin research? You?
Oh no.
Gillian, I've got my memory back. All of it.
What happened? Tell me, Jamie.
They said they'd kill him. They said they'd kill Harry. They forced
Oh, no.
me.
They already did.
I had to help them with the skin
Well,
development.
yeah, we'll
They
get to
said I
that.
had to help them because the professor was ill. Wasn't getting any better. Gillian, the engineer Harry, he's our son. He's been living on his own now for 50 years.
Jamie, I'm afraid that Harry's...
There was nothing I could do. They forced me. But I can't do it anymore.
Jamie!
The professor, he just died. He was over 100.
The
Wow.
professor? What?
Old dude.
This old man?
Where's Marianne at?
Don't you remember?
No.
It's Professor Modner. Professor Petrovich Modner.
What?
The guy from
This
Metal
old
Gear.
man is Modner?
He's been confined here for 3 years now, just to develop the Snatcher's artificial skin. Terrible. Doing that to your own
Do
father.
everything you through his nose.
Whose father? Jamie, I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
The
You
worst
really
input
can't
method
remember,
ever.
Can you?
Nope.
Jamie, tell me. Tell
Can't
me
remember.
who I am. What were we doing at the Kremlin?
Are you sure you really want me
What
to,
weren't
Gillian?
we doing at the Kremlin?
It's all so awful.
Oh my.
But if you must know, I'll tell you. Try to remain calm, okay?
You invented
Don't shoot me,
Snatchers.
please.
6 years ago,
This has been
you and I were
telegraphed for like an
involved in
hour.
a top-secret Soviet project. It was still during the time of the Cold War. The gulf between East and West was as wide as ever. Everybody was worried about nukes. At that point, the world's armies were at their largest ever. Leaders still believed that a strong military meant a strong nation. There were rumors that there would be an agreement to end the production of nuclear weapons. On the other hand, the major powers like the US began to get involved in a space weapons race. But not the Soviets. The conservative despots in the Kremlin had another, completely different idea for gaining military superiority. A
Oh.
horrible
Stealing
plan.
people?
something no one else would think of.
Snatchers?
At that time, the countries of the communist bloc were facing an economic crisis. Countries pushing for democracy were springing up all over. Communism itself was facing extinction. Facing pressure from the reformers, the Kremlin began to panic. And that's when that horrible, childish plan was launched.
Panic at the Kremlin?
And that was
Snatchers.
the Snatcher project. Replace your enemy's leaders with puppets of your own. Then you control their governments, their economies, take over a country from the inside out.
That's right, Gillian. And to develop these robots, they assembled some of the most brilliant scientific minds from around the world. Some of them were even brought in against their will. At the crux of that development effort was a group called the Frankenstein
Crux?
Project Team.
Yes.
You and I were members of that team,
The
Gillian.
Frankenstein team?
It was a 4-person team led by the late Professor Modner here. The robotics expert was Professor Modner himself. His son, Elijah Modner, handled genetics and microbiology. For nanobiology and picobiology, myself.
Pickle
And for
biology?
behavioral science and psychology, you, Gillian. Early development was carried out at a lab in
Oh,
Novosibirsk,
goddammit.
but was later moved to a secret
I
facility
am
under the
so
Kremlin.
bored right
At the
now.
time,
That's the look he
glasnost
has.
and perestroika movements were gaining momentum,
Must
and they rightly
not
feared for the
lose
existence of the program
consciousness.
if it should become known. But some of the
Slideshow.
reformers did learn of
Boring.
the project, and they conspired with the U.S. to block it. Gillian, you were a CIA special agent sent by the United States to infiltrate and sabotage the project.
I was CIA?
Yes, and the government knows
He's
that.
been fighting Snatchers
That's why
since
you were
before they
assigned
was
to the Junker
Snatchers.
team.
What? Who am I?
Dang whippersnappers.
Work on the project continued to go smoothly.
Let me not answer that question.
But then, on June 6th, 1996,
Oh, crap!
there was
Arms!
that accident. A mysterious explosion at the Chernobyl
127
facility
hours room.
spread a bacterial weapon that was under development there into the atmosphere, destroying the country and the project.
I'm sorry, that was awful.
That's
Gillian,
okay, I know where you stole
was
that
it
joke
you?
from, too.
Yep.
Did you set off that explosion?
What? You can't be serious. You think I caused the catastrophe?
Somehow, during the confusion, Professor
I'm a
Modner and
murderer.
our son Harry managed to get picked up by American agents. But we couldn't get out in time, you and I and Elijah. In a shelter below the Kremlin, we entered a cryogenic sleep.
You and I and a bottle of
Our
Elijah
plan was to
Craig.
sleep there until the toxic effects of the bacteria were safely passed.
And then 48 years later, 3 years ago, we were discovered by the 17th Special Investigative Force.
Yes, but when they found us, Elijah's pod was already empty.
Yeah, I already ran into him. He blew himself up.
Elijah Modner?
Yep.
That guy whose picture was in the church? The one that looks like random?
Since he likes turning his name around,
That's
apparently.
right, Elijah is alive.
No, he's not.
Elijah is
No.
here and working on the Snatchers.
Nope.
No,
Why
he
don't you
no,
let
he
me
exploded. I
finish
got some
your
bad news for you there, too.
story?
Oh, old dude who's dying is talking.
Who's there?
Oh, maybe not.
It's been a while, hasn't it, Jamie?
Mr.
yes,
President!
And Gillian.
Allow me to shoot you in the face.
It's me, Jamie.
Elijah? Is that really you?
Random? No. Not quite.
So, you remember me, do you?
Nope.
I am Elijah Modnar, the only son of
No, you're
Professor
not.
Petrovich Modnar. I'm afraid I've grown somewhat old and feeble since we last met, however.
Elijah, why are you doing this?
What the hell?
Oh my.
Your father, Professor Modner, he passed away a few minutes ago.
What? My father? My father is dead?
Yep.
Elijah, what happened to you? The Elijah I knew could never do anything like this.
I'm Tubes now.
I've changed, Jamie. These 40 years have changed me.
I can't believe it. What happened to you?
I'm old and a
happened
robot
to me?
now.
Jamie, do I actually have to explain it to you?
Apparently.
Jamie, it's you.
Seems like that's what people are doing
Your
these days.
beauty is the cause of all that has come to pass here.
Oh,
57 years ago, I was obsessed. With my research, yes. And with you, Jamie.
ugh.
At the time, I was still young. Having just graduated with my genetic engineering
I hadn't
degree,
even had myself developed out of
my father's
film
connection
negatives yet.
set me on the team, and there I met you. You were working as my father's assistant. Your beauty, your smile, I was stricken. I saw something in you that I never felt with women of my own country. You warmed my cold, young heart, Jamie. You opened me up, and I couldn't stop my feelings.
American woman!
Elijah.
Stop that.
Oh, I was so happy. The political situation was crumbling around us, but every day was a joy. I gained my father's trust, and with you there watching over me, I was able to work as hard as I ever have on the project.
Right. Sure, that wasn't the only thing that was hard. Oh,
However,
wait.
my happiness did not last for long. Gillian, it was you. You showed up and all was ruined.
Can I shoot this guy yet?
You arrived and joined our
Just make sure to
project
aim for the
team.
head.
Far
'Cause I
from
don't think it's going to
home,
work anywhere else.
Jamie found comfort in a man from the same land. Your relationship grew quickly, and all I could do was stand by and watch.
Like a little beta
Jamie and
bitch.
Gillian fell in love, were joined,
Beat me to it.
and
Nice
even
bow tie,
had a
loser.
child.
Harry.
Even then, my feelings for you
Don't be
only
making bow
grew
tie.
stronger. Worried about me, my father tried to have me removed from the project, but I persisted. Jamie, I always wanted to be near you. And then, the democratic movements
Whoa!
that had consumed
The
the rest
heck?
of the Eastern Bloc spread to
Now we
our
know what happened to the
country as
last
well.
sandwich.
The Cold War was over. The hardliners who had pushed for its development were stripped of power and the project was cancelled. The reformers, trying to cover up the existence of such a crazed project, ordered that all materials related to it be destroyed and that we stand trial for our actions.
Oh dear.
Jamie and Gillian
Blow
were
it
to
all
be
up.
returned to their homeland. That's about the time that I learned that you, Gillian, that you were a CIA agent, and that you were trying to pass documents on our research to your military. The country had sold us out.
Yep, pretty much.
I'm no politician. I couldn't care less about what happened to the country. All I cared about was my research and Jamie. And I was to lose all of that, everything. For someone so young, you cannot understand how great of a shock that was.
Elijah.
That is when I decided, I swore I would see that secret crazed project through to the end. At the time, the bioroids were 80% finished. The main part,
Bioroids?
their
Should probably get that
endostructure
checked
was
out.
essentially completed. But we still were having trouble with the artificial skin, the area that Jamie and I were assigned to. We called it artificial skin, but there was of course no need to duplicate T lymphocytes, Langerhans cells, or endocrine cells. All we needed was keratinized cells and
Hooray, it's a
melanocytes
biology
to provide
lesson.
the pigment. With the
Yeah,
artificial
this
protein
is.
development techniques that we
Are they
had
saying they
in
use
those
stem
days,
cells?
full-scale synthetic cell development was very difficult.
No.
Research like this
No.
took months, years. The original project called for us to simultaneously snatch an entire country. In other words, a whole nation, or an entire city had to be snatched over the course of one night. For that reason, a powerful biological agent, which could quickly and effectively kill the population of the country, was being simultaneously developed.
Wait, what?
Lucifer Alpha.
That's right. A type RAO11 virus which another team was developing. For someone like myself, who was
Okay.
closely involved in the project.
Next thing they're going to tell us they were working on a demon car
A simple task.
and a devil
My
couch.
God,
And
Elijah,
screw
do you
it.
know what you're saying?
Chaos couch?
That explosion killed half the
No, they
world's
already have one of those.
population.
This is an evil one. The Chaos Couch is
All the
largely
materials
neutral.
and records essential to the Bioroid project into the shelter, and executed my plan on June 6th. After sealing off the lab, I brought the two of you with me to the underground shelter, and we entered a cryogenic sleep. But not before I programmed an atmospheric research satellite to transmit a wake signal when the danger from Lucifer Alpha had passed.
And 10 years later, Lucifer Alpha naturally mutated into a non-toxic form.
But the automatic revival system failed to work.
It's non-toxic and washable.
No, it worked. Just as planned. It revived me 10 years later. A little sooner than the two of you, of course.
Obviously.
But even though you sealed the lab with the explosion and everything, you should have been exposed. Why weren't you?
Oh, I was. But by that time, the vaccine L Angels had already been developed.
So everything went just as you planned it then.
Really?
Yes, up until that point. But my real struggle was yet to come. My original plan was to revive Jamie as well, and for the two of us to finish the development of the bioroids. You, Gillian.
And to do it
you
like
were to
rabbits.
stay asleep forever. But I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Not after looking at Jamie's peaceful face there in the pod. Besides, I could never have convinced her to work with me on the project anyway. I knew the time was not yet right, so I changed the timers of your pods to permanent on.
How could you do such a thing?
Oh, it's really simple. There's a switch
And
on
so
the side.
for the next 40
Yeah,
years,
it's like in
I
Futurama.
worked alone in that cold and lonely room under the Kremlin, trying to complete the artificial skin for the Snatchers. For
The
days
Kremlin.
and days, no one would visit me.
The
I
Kremlin?
never saw the sun or felt the changing of the seasons. Still, I always had Jamie by my side. You were always there for me to talk to. Just
So,
you and I for 40
He's a
years.
pseudo-necrophiliac?
in that dark cellar.
Oh, you poor,
I don't
poor
exactly
man.
know.
This
I
is
mean,
getting
if they're
really
frozen,
creepy.
like
3 years ago, my research
I don't
was
know.
finally completed.
he's like Mr. Freeze.
First, I snatched the Siberian Special Investigative Forces to establish a transport route for the Snatchers. And then, to test the effect of large-scale snatch operations, I chose Neo-Kobe City to be my experimental sample. Neo-Kobe is cut off from the surrounding areas, a sort of miniature country in itself, making it a perfect test site. And since it's a melting pot of various races, it would also allow me to gather extensive data on Snatcher modification and operational
And I like
techniques.
pyramids.
In addition, the element of suspicion or mistrust, which runs deep in Japanese culture, was another reason I chose this site.
But your test revealed a critical flaw in your machine's artificial skin.
Jamie
Yes,
looks like
quite
she's getting
unexpected,
bored.
I'm afraid. All my research for 40 years. I gathered data and worked day and night to find a solution, but nothing seemed to work.
So who the hell is
That's why
Random
you decided
Hajil
to
then?
bring Professor Modner here,
That's a good
right?
question now.
That's correct. I discovered my father in one of the government's hospitals. He
I can
was
see the family
old, but
resemblance.
still very sound of mind. Naturally, he would not cooperate with me.
Of course not. He'd never become involved in something like that.
Also, his
So,
freakishly
unable to
small ears, he
receive
can't
his
hear anything.
assistance, I decided that I had to have yours. But a mistake on my part allowed both you and Gillian to be taken into custody by the authorities first.
Just what are you trying to accomplish, Elijah? You must know you can never get Jamie back.
I'm only interested in discovering what I can of the human animal. In the past, it was because of
Man,
Jamie.
animals.
My motive is different now.
It sounds like you're just suffering from the wild arrogance that corrupts so many scientists.
Oh, burn.
Humans are such
If
weak
that's how you want to put
creatures.
it, jerk.
No matter how much they trust one another, the tiniest speck of suspicion can destroy it all. Look at how the Snatcher problem has caused such wild unrest. No matter how much science advances or how high we set our ideals, we eventually begin to suspect each other, to hate each other,
Well,
and then
wait,
to
but-
kill each other.
Yeah, because we made...
The
Yeah,
Snatchers
can I
are
shoot
nothing
this
more
guy
than
yet?
a tool for bringing out this reaction. I am simply using the Snatchers to elicit the true nature of the human animal.
Man, animals.
I think this experiment has shown me the limits of human society. I sincerely doubt it will be able to reach any greater level of prosperity on its own. If human society ever hopes to reach greater heights, what is needed is an absolute leader, a firm ruler who isn't affected by these trivial episodes of mistrust.
You're
Seems like a
crazy if you
bit of
think
a
people would
segue.
ever obey Snatchers.
Of course they wouldn't. But if they don't know, they cannot object.
It's a little late for
There's
that,
been
don't
a
you think?
time in every age
Yeah,
where the
well.
people have longed for a god to lead them. As long as they give the people no reason to suspect them, then they can easily become their gods. Indeed, a new race of super beings. We are almost there. Once we perfect the artificial skin, Snatchers will transcend man to become this planet's true human beings.
But you'll
What?
never
But
get
They
your
wouldn't
perfect
but
be
they're
skin
human.
now.
But-
Professor
artificial.
Modner
Never
is
mind.
Never
dead.
mind.
I no longer
plan
have
is flawed.
any use for my father. I have a sample of the new skin he developed. Once I've analyzed it, I'll be able to make as much as I need.
Can I shoot this guy
Or
out?
if need be, we could simply culture the keratinized cells, epithelial cells, and melanocytes in the quantities that we need.
What are you talking about? How could you get a sample of perfected artificial skin?
Oh my word.
Why don't you take a look at this?
It's a mirror! Oh.
We found this in the rubble of Queen's Hospital.
Oh, crap.
Hey, he looks familiar.
Random.
Well, I guess that explains what was going on.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, an acquaintance of yours?
He's a snatcher?
That term isn't exactly accurate. This bioroid was constructed by my father without my knowledge. He modeled it after me in my youth. He built it right here in this facility. And not only that, he programmed
his own
it to
two
destroy
hands.
Snatchers. This bioroid caused me serious difficulties. It's designed and built far better than my Snatchers.
Can I shoot
The
him yet?
machine itself thought it was human. My father input memories for it all the way back to childhood. Those too were apparently mine. Haven't you yet realized? Random Hajil is Elijah Modner spelled backwards.
Yeah, we figured that out already.
Yep.
How like
Yep.
my father, silly old man. He did virtually overnight what I could not do in 40 years of effort. Furthermore, he makes a bioroid so perfect, even the bioroid itself believes itself to be real. What's more, the cells of the
I'm a
skin he
real
developed are
boy.
self-replicating. Once in place, no further
Look at me, I don't get
transplants or
skin
culturing
cancer.
is necessary.
Wait a minute, that's actually kind of suspicious.
Is he dead?
Its main and locomotive systems are completely shut down. It's just scrap now. But the artificial skin is being kept alive. This we need. With this, we can move to phase 2 of our plan of full-scale infiltration of the world's major nations.
Yes, we've heard phase 2 already. There was the last
The summit's
exposition
already
dump.
over. You'll never succeed.
It actually seems like phase 2
What
was
does
like
the summit matter?
the intended goal from the
Nothing
beginning.
holds us back now that we have this perfect skin.
Except this
We
place
can
is gonna
go
get nuked in 10
anywhere
minutes.
we want, and there will be no
Yeah, that's
way
gonna
to
suck.
tell us apart. I will have free control.
Oh yeah,
over the
30
world.
minutes.
Nothing will be able to stop me.
I think we're past that.
We
Politics
are,
and free
or
thought will no
maybe
longer
not.
have any meaning. My will
been about
alone
15.
will decide the course of human history.
You egomaniac.
Can I shoot
you
him now?
think you can snatch the entire population?
Hopefully soon.
There's a fully automated Snatcher factory under the Kremlin. Even as we speak, scores of new Snatchers are being born.
But no matter how hard you try, you won't be able to snatch the people's heart and
So
soul.
we've got
What do you hope to
basically
gain from this
medium,
anyway?
most wrinkly, and
Jamie,
impossibly
the human
unwrinkly.
race is
on the
composed
screen
of
in one go.
fools. But I'm different. I will be its savior. Indeed,
Her
not
skin's so
just
smooth
of
she doesn't even develop a
mankind,
shadow.
but of all life on the planet.
She's a snatcher, I mean vampire.
I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Metal!
Oh, what do you...
In 10 minutes, this church will be struck by a phased particle beam. I am guiding the beam from the attack satellite using GPS and 15 navigational satellites. The beam cannot miss. Everything in a 2 to 3 kilometer radius from me will be destroyed.
Stop this foolishness now. I will not have my research destroyed.
Why did
by
you strap
some
yourself in dynamite if you're gonna nuke it from
pocket
orbit?
calculator.
I don't know.
Metal! What happened at the summit?
The delegates, worried about the Snatcher menace, voted unanimously to allow the use of nuclear weapons on the city. The military is presently imposing a quarantine on Neo-Kobe.
What? Do they intend to kill everybody?
Yep.
The
Probably.
populace is in a state of panic. However, they have agreed to lift the quarantine if this church is struck by the phased particle beam, I will handle things here. Gillian, Jamie, you two must flee.
You insignificant mass of metal. You'll never...
One move and I detonate. Gillian, run!
Metal, this is crazy!
We can't let a single Snatcher get out of here. And this new artificial skin has to be destroyed as well.
I
Fair
will
enough.
not allow some talking scrap pile to get away with this. If you were the aiming point for the beam, then I'll just have you thrown out of here. Grab this little one and take him out of here.
I'm trying to nap. Eh. Oh my.
What is going on?
Cowardly little robot.
You always were a real pain in the butt.
Who the hell was that?
What's that?
I don't know. I couldn't guess.
What? How did... You're supposed to be deactivated.
I don't go down that easy, old man.
They don't explode that easy, apparently.
Shut up! Let's try to make our final moments peaceful, shall we? And you Snatchers, you touch the little guy and the old man's head comes off. Random! I've always hated being used. Why don't you watch the final act with me?
Gillian, you only have 5 minutes. The turbo cycle is just outside on standby.
5 minutes!
Let me go. I'm Elijah Modner. I'm your original.
I don't care if I'm an original or a copy or what. You and I are gonna die right here. If we both die,
Consider
there won't be a
yourself
copy
snatched,
anymore,
bow-tie
now
loser.
will there?
The stupid logic of a simpleton, of a machine.
Whatever it is, it's my will.
Machines have no will. Machines cannot sacrifice themselves.
We'll see about that.
You have 4 minutes.
Seems like
You
he's
must
pretty
go.
good at it,
Why are you
and
still
looks like
standing
that's what Metal
around?
Gear's doing too.
Why are we still standing around?
Gillian, even if these memories in my head are fiction...
Yeah, I know what you mean. Our memories of our time together are all too real, Random.
Gillian, you become one hell of a junker.
Gillian, it has been most recreational being your partner.
What?
Oh, Metal.
Recreational?
Sure.
If you can, try to pick up the pieces for me, okay? Like we did for Little John.
Little John? Oh,
Why are we still
Okay,
talking?
Metal.
Just get the heck out.
Hurry! You only have 3 minutes.
thanks. Thanks, you two. Jamie, come on.
I'll always remember you. Wow, I just had the most incredible dream, and you were there, and you were there.
No, don't let her go. No.
You pathetic old fool. You don't even know how to love someone.
You stupid machine. What is that idiotic grin supposed to mean?
What is a man? Oh wait, sorry.
By snatching you, I'm finally gonna get my real self back.
Random, there's less than 1 minute to go.
Japan.
Thanks to you, everything will be fine.
You don't owe me anything.
It's actually the name of the
Sorry to
satellite.
get you involved in such a big job. You did great. You're a hell of a junker.
3, 2, 1, here it
Happy
comes!
New Year!
Later, kid!
Greetings from Japan.
Pew pew.
It looks like an electric razor.
Kinda.
Shaving off the church. Ow.
It was really loud.
They really had to go that far in 3 minutes?
I guess. Man, they really can run fast.
Yeah, I'm like, that seems, maybe they found a refrigerator.
So you're really going, aren't you?
It's our responsibility, too. Besides, if I go to Moscow, I may get some of my memory back. And if that happens, I'll be able to love you even more than I do now. Wait for me. I want to be with you, but first I've got to destroy this terrible factory of theirs.
Also, I need to have a
Jamie,
genuine
when I get
Moscow
back,
mule.
Let's try living together again. What do you say?
Now loading the main flight.
Katrina! Mika! You're here
All those
too?
people I hit
You
on.
better be
What are you
happy,
doing
Buster,
here?
with all these beautiful women seeing you off.
There better be
I'm
a
happy
smell
you came.
command in this scene.
Let me introduce my wife.
Whoa!
Jamie
What just
C.
happened there?
I suppose
Did he
it's
just,
a little odd introducing
turn
myself
into
a
Astro
second
Boy?
time, though.
What do you mean? You've never
His
met
eyes
them
just got
before,
huge.
have you?
What are you talking about, Gillian? We're good friends.
Huh? Since when?
It's the first time I've met her in person, but I've spoken with her on the video phone a lot of times.
What?
I'm speaking on the video phone
You
right
guys
now,
been
apparently.
talking about me behind
Yes.
my back.
Yep.
Yep.
Let's look around first.
Dad, her dog, her computer.
The last one of that kind of computer, apparently.
And we stole the only floppy disk that they had. Okay.
Okay. I'm not sure.
That's what all the smelling was about, as I recall.
Uh,
I repeat my
whoa.
last comment.
Whoa. What? Yeah. Okay. Hey, you're the one who said it, not me.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Hopefully you didn't talk about that shower.
Hooray! Death and Snatchers bring us together.
I'll just have to
And
learn
we
them
can't
all
have
over.
that, can we?
I'll just have to learn them all over again. No, we'll see about that.
Oh, I'll take your word for it, buddy. Get back to me when you get those memories back.
So have they finalized what they're going to do about junker operations? I suppose this will end up being our last mission, huh?
Well, originally they were planning on disbanding the team, but now they've decided to keep us in business.
So that means...
That's right. We've been designated as one of the government's special police divisions. That puts us above the regular cops.
Woo! So the government
boy,
has
special
decided that
police.
crime by machines poses a bigger threat than crime by humans from here on out, huh?
They've chosen the new chief, too. So when you get back, you'll get to meet the new head honcho.
Me.
Well, it's
Oh, wait.
comforting to know I've got a place I can come back to.
It's a Snatcher!
Major.
It sounds like an insult to me. More like
Whatever you
Major
do,
Nerd.
Just come home safe, okay?
When you get back from this job, you still have a dinner date to keep with me, you know.
Don't worry. I won't forget my promises to either of you. Oops, almost forgot. Of course, I'll want to spend some private moments with my wife, too, huh?
Nudge,
What's
nudge,
wrong,
wink,
Jamie?
wink.
Wait a minute, I thought we were nudge, wig winking about that dinner date.
Harry and I will be waiting for you to get home.
That's Harry's hat.
We can do it this time, Gillian. Not some fake couple like before, but with love and trust.
I know, Jamie.
And this hat.
Take care, Gillian.
I'll I'll see you, Jamie.
Wait! Wait for me!
Oh God.
Take me with you, please!
Go away.
You?
Yes, sir! We didn't have a good frame to work with, so this is just a temporary body. Just call me Metal Gear, Sega CD for now.
Ugh.
So, they found your memory chip in one piece,
No.
eh?
Random protected it from the blast of the beam.
Random, huh?
Oh
Wait
no,
a second.
Snow 9!
I've heard that sneeze somewhere before.
Go away.
Really? I didn't hear anything.
Oh.
Anyway, I want to know if you'll take me with you.
No.
Please, Gillian.
No.
Please take me with you.
No.
Hurry up and get on board.
Ugh.
No!
Yes, sir,
Damn it.
Gillian.
Sorry, sir, no video games on the flight.
Oh, that's got some.
But I am a but.
Everyone was immediately vaporized. Because they were standing too close to the plane.
And they flew their giant fat butted ship into the sunset. Are we done? I'm guessing from the sunset that we're done.
I think so.
Throughout history, suspicion
God.
has always bred conflict.
Stop expositing.
The real conflict, though, resides in
Expositioning.
people's hearts.
Oh,
Whatever.
God damn it, Kojima. Stop.
This conflict has just begun.
Nope,
No!
it's over.
No! Ah,
And here we are.
I thought when he
at the
said
end.
that. I thought when he said that the this conflict had just begun. I thought we weren't done.
Oh no, we were done.
Scared me for a moment there.
Nope, this is over finally.
Woo!
Yes, that is the entirety of Snatcher. It's definitely. It was.
It's a little dated,
Yeah,
but you see a lot of the same Hideo Kojima kind of stuff that
yeah,
showed up
this
in
is-
Metal Gear and stuff like that later.
Yeah, this is definitely Metal Gear-esque. This is definitely Kojima in all his. When was this originally done again? 88, 89?
Yeah, on all his late '80s goodness.
Yeah, really. So yeah, I mean, it's done well. I mean, for this being a Sega CD game, though, they kind of went a very minimalist route in porting it.
Well, actually Sega CD wasn't really all that super powerful. Probably
Well,
the biggest
still.
thing they used it for was the music.
But I mean, it's done well. It's a little long.
Dated. It's a little dated.
It's a little long. It's
Masanori ouchie.
It's very much feels like
Hey, Kiryamoka.
Yeah.
I bet he played the sax.
Well, it's interesting. I was actually reading up on this, and in what was it? I think it was 2008. Hideo Kojima wrote a prequel radio series that appeared on his podcast with Akira Yamaoka
Interesting.
doing the music for it.
Interesting.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know Japanese, otherwise I'd go listen to it, because I doubt it's
Yeah,
English.
that's it. You kind of loses something when you don't actually know what they're saying.
Yeah. So yeah, it's supposed to be like a prequel to the game. And as far as I know, there was never a sequel to this or any kind of related material or game after this one. So this is the end
Well,
of the Snatcher story, I believe. Unless
There
I'm wrong.
is a
Oh.
special Snatcher episode in Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes,
Oh.
but it's not really canonical. And I've heard of none of these names since this game.
Yeah, I can't say I have either.
And Jim Park Square. Ray Van Steen does like all the voices in this game, and he sounds
Jim
like a
Parks
porn
and Ray
man.
Van Steen.
Lynn Fusander.
Man, they're really getting down there in the background.
Yeah, they are. See, there he is again.
There's like 4 voice actors on this entire thing.
Yeah, they couldn't really, you know, truncate that a little bit. Just say these people were by this. I guess I don't know. Telephone operator.
No.
Sorry.
Hey, ramen guy. I remember him. Oh, there's a new name. I never ran into this. I never ran into the fortune teller.
Is Ramen Guy like Mr. Coffee?
Sure.
Yes.
And here's a collage of all the pictures you just saw.
Special thanks to all these people that you don't know who they
Yes.
are.
Just thanks for something.
You know who you are. You know what you did. Hang your head in shame. I mean, thank you. Ooh, Konami gets their own font.
Yes, dude.
Uppity bastards. I guess this is the end.
Yes, this is the end of,
I'm
of Snatchers.
Guessing this is the end, my friend.
Yes, this is the end.
Wow, we actually finished something.
Well, we finished a lot of things. This is obviously the longest thing we've done because I didn't think
This
it
is
was
true.
I didn't think it was gonna take over 8 hours of playtime to do.
You know, that's a good one.
Yeah, but it's a quirky title. The controls kind of suck, especially for
I
shooting.
noticed
That's
that.
why I just like firing madly at everything at the end.
I really
man.
can't. I can't imagine that using the Metaserve is any better on
Oh,
this,
I can't imagine.
or the Justifier, because really, I mean, those the light guns back then that you just plugged into the controller port, they were not good.
No, I
Like,
can't imagine.
Basically, the one for the NES was good because it barely did anything, and then they sucked up until the Gun Con for Time Crisis.
Well, I remember reading about how the light gun on the NES actually worked, and that was really fascinating.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool concept. It basically is just like a single bit of phosphor, like in your TV. So it just glows, and then the NES is just like, oh hey, they pushed that button that is on this thing.
Yeah,
That means you hit something.
Yeah, is it lined up with the block or not? If yes, hit. If not, no, not a hit. But anyway, that's enough. Yeah, okay.
All
I
right,
think we should just
enough
put
yapping
this-
about old video games.
I think we should just
Until
put this
next
to
time,
bed.
everyone. You know, all like 2 of you. I think I'm just talking to us at this point.
No, probably.
Until next time, Matt.
Everybody's left by now. What are you still doing here? It's over. Go home.
Please leave the theater. Bye now.